In a season that brought us Avengers Infinity War, a few hidden gems are bound to get lost in the shuffle. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 movies you missed this spring. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at movies released in the spring of 2018 that received critical acclaim, but went widely unrecognized by mainstream audiences. Number 10. Lean on Pete.
Don't worry, he's fine.
Lean on Pete is a familiar story, wonderfully told, exploring the bond between man and animal. Charlie Plummer took home the Marcello Mastroianni Award for his performance here as a stable boy who forms a connection with a racehorse. Upon learning that his new friend is headed for a glue factory, the two set off on a journey for a new home.
What's this one's name?
Lean on Pete.
While Lean on Pete is far from the first movie of its kind, the genuine performances, sincere writing, and atmospheric nature shots set it apart from the rest of the crowd. Despite being a big hit at the Venice Film Festival, the film's theatrical run sadly went by faster than the Kentucky Derby.
You can't think of them as pets. They're here to race and nothing else.
Number 9. Disobedience.
Anit, we weren't expecting you.
Director Sébastien Lelio's previous picture, A Fantastic Woman, won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film. His first English-language film is another engaging LGBTQ+ related drama, with two magnetic performances at the center. Rachel Weisz stars as a woman who's exiled from her Orthodox Jewish community, but re-enters the fold with the passing of her estranged father.
Why else would I be here?
Matters become increasingly complex as she reconnects with a married woman, played by Rachel McAdams, who has been repressing her true feelings.
It's insane that you're here.
Both Rachels deliver some of their best work as a pair of women torn between society and sexuality. Their on-screen relationship easily could have come off as gimmicky, but instead emerges as a deeply personal love story.
I want to take your picture.
Number 8. Chappaquiddick.
Oh my god, what have I done? What have I done?
Throughout history, a long string of heartbreak and misfortune has loomed over the Kennedy family. The 1969 Chappaquiddick incident is one tragedy that's rarely discussed in popular culture, however. The underappreciated Jason Clarke portrays Ted Kennedy, who derailed his chances of being president after causing a car accident that claimed the life of Mary Jo Kopechne. The filmmakers aren't afraid to depict Kennedy in an unflattering light, which might be why the studio was pressured by some very powerful people not to release the picture. In the end, though, the film offers a glimpse behind the curtain at one of the Kennedy family's darkest and most infamous hours that shouldn't be overlooked.
I just don't know who I am.
Number 7. The Endless.
I was told that they were all going to kill themselves. And that's why we left the cult.
Directors Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead previously brought us the 2012 horror film Resolution. In The Endless, which takes place in the same universe as their debut picture, the filmmaking duo play two brothers who were once part of a UFO death cult. Upon returning to the cult's camp years later, the brothers find themselves caught in an endless loop where things are more complicated than they seem.
Just thought we'd visit while you're, here.
We're always here.
A bit like The Master meets Groundhog Day, this is a surreal and hypnotic trip down the rabbit hole that frequently catches the audience off guard. As strange as matters get, however, Benson and Moorhead's dynamic remains usually relatable.
What? There's something down there. I saw it. They're held me down.
Number 6. American Animals.
$12 million. You really need to see how easy this is gonna be.
With echoes of Reservoir Dogs and various Coen Brothers movies, this true crime story chronicles a caper gone horribly wrong. Evan Peters, Barry Keoghan, Blake Jenner, and Jared Abrahamson all turn in strong work as 4 college students who conspire to steal some priceless books from Transylvania University. Although the plan appears foolproof, it quickly becomes apparent that these kids are in way over their heads.
This would be something dangerous and very exciting.
The film additionally features appearances from the real-life people involved in the heist, at times giving American Animals the essence of a documentary. Intense, darkly humorous, and fresh in its approach to the popular genre, the film serves as a cautionary tale for privileged youths who want instant gratification.
Can you please not touch the model? Thanks.
Number 5. Revenge. After being raped and left for dead, a young woman treks across a merciless desert while exacting vengeance on her attackers. With a grim premise like this, it's not surprising that Revenge barely grossed over $100,000 at the domestic box office, given its graphic violence and occasionally gratuitous nature. this one isn't for the faint of heart. However, it's by no means an exploitation flick or snuff film. Between Coralie Farge's stylish direction and Mathilde Lutz's compelling lead performance, this is a bold, bloody, and empowering film that rings especially true on the heels of the Me Too and Time's Up movements. For those who can handle the more brutal moments, it'll definitely leave an impression.
Arrête la clim.
Number 4, First Reformed.
I've decided to keep a journal, to set down all my thoughts and the simple events of my day.
This understated drama comes from writer-director Paul Schrader, the same man who scripted Taxi Driver and The Last Temptation of Christ. First Reformed shares numerous other parallels to those aforementioned films, centering on a troubled reverend searching for a higher purpose.
Did you see the doctor? You need someone to take care of you. I want you to be happy.
Ethan Hawke gives one of his best performances as Ernst Toller, who's driven to take drastic measures on a mission to save the world God blesses us with.
Well, somebody has to do something.
While the film has a strong environmental message at its core, First Reformed functions more as a character study about a man constantly coming up empty-handed in his search for answers. Speaking of answers, the ambiguous ending is sure to inspire plenty of debates amongst moviegoers.
Who can know the mind of God?
Number 3, Tully.
No.
This dark comedy reunites director Jason Reitman, screenwriter Diablo Cody, and actress Charlize Theron, who all produced their finest work in years. Theron stars as Marlowe, an exhausted mother of 2 with a third on the way. Marlowe is eventually convinced to hire a nanny named Tully, played by rising star Mackenzie Davis, who you might recognize from Blade Runner 2049 and Black Mirror. The mother and nanny soon begin to develop a friendship that takes them and the audience to some highly unexpected places.
You're convinced that you're this failure, but you actually made your biggest dream come true.
While Tully can feel a bit out there at times, its spot-on representation of parenthood is bound to resonate with anyone who's experienced the hardships of raising kids.
I'm just not used to people doing things for me.
Number 2, Unsane.
I know that this is my neuroses, colluding with my imagination to manifest my worst fears.
Claire Foy rose to prominence with her refined performance as Elizabeth II on The Crown. Unsane finds the English actress in a completely different kind of role, as an ordinary woman who's suddenly locked up in a mental hospital. The plot only thickens when she realizes one of the staff members looks just like the man who's been stalking her.
You would want us to be together.
Like any great psychological thriller, Unsane keeps the audience guessing whether this woman is truly losing her mind or if everyone else around her is insane. The fact that director Steven Soderbergh shot the entire film on an iPhone 7 Plus only adds to the claustrophobic tension, making us feel trapped inside an enclosed area.
Miss Valentini, are you refusing to cooperate?
What happens if I do?
Number 1, You Were Never Really Here.
The man called. He wants to see you right away.
2018 has been a great year for the thriller genre, and an even better year for actor Joaquin Phoenix. This film from the Scottish director Lynn Ramsay follows Phoenix as a suicidal veteran who makes a living rescuing young victims of human trafficking. The movie gained a great deal of buzz after an unfinished version was shown at the 70th Cannes Film Festival, where it received a 7-minute standing ovation.
Senator, if she's there, I'll get her.
Alas, You Were Never Really Here had a brief life at the box office, which is oddly appropriate considering the film's title. Those who were lucky enough to catch this cinematic diamond in the rough were treated to a harrowing, gritty, and exceptionally acted experience.
You don't have to do that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.